I turned 65 this year, and there's one lesson I learned far too late. It cost me years of my life. The biggest lie most people believe is this: I have time. I believed that lie too, until life proved me wrong. Now, I'm not making this video for sympathy. I'm making it because if you understand this lesson earlier than I did, it might completely change how you live the rest of your life. For the first half of my adult life, I thought I was doing everything right. From the outside, it looked like I had got life figured out. But looking back now, I can see something very clearly. I was living on autopilot. Yes, I was working hard, I was achieving things, I was staying busy, but I wasn't really living life on my own terms. I was living life by the expectation of others, trying to meet these other people's definition of success. Then, when I was 43, something happened that absolutely shattered that illusion. My dad died. In the summer he was well, by the following February he'd passed away. The reason this is on my mind at the moment is that it was his birthday a few days ago. Now, we were close. I'm an only child, but like a lot of people, I kept assuming we had more time, but there wasn't. And my biggest regrets aren't the big dramatic things. They're the small moments that I kept postponing. The weekends I didn't play golf with him when he asked. How I regret that now. I think of him every time when I go to Gleneagles every year. He was a much better golfer than me. He was a single-figure handicapper in his prime, still playing off 14 at 74 in the summer before he died. The times I said I was too busy, too tired after a long working day, too wrapped up in my own life. He only lived 6 miles away. 6 miles. In my 30s and early 40s, it felt inconvenient. Now it feels unforgivable. All those little moments that I let slip away, and when he died, I realised something that shocked me. For 20 years, I'd been climbing a ladder, building a business, carving out a career, but that ladder was leaning against the wrong wall. And when I got to the top, I didn't like the view. Just before we move on, a few people have started supporting the channel as members recently. If you'd like to do that, there's a join button below, but no pressure at all. The biggest lie I believed was this: I have time. I'll do that later. I'll slow down later. I'll spend more time with people I love later. I'll finally live the life I want later. And that's how people lose decades. Because later is a moving target. You get the promotion and then you're chasing the next one. You make more money and your lifestyle expands to absorb it. You reach one goal and immediately you set another. The goalposts just keep moving. And before you know it, you wake up and you are 65 years old and you wonder, where on earth did the years go? Now, don't misunderstand me. I'm not against ambition. I was ambitious. I built a business. It became a multi-million-pound firm. I achieved everything that I set out to achieve at the beginning of my career. But here's the truth nobody tells you clearly enough. Achievement gives you a high, but it doesn't give you peace. The feeling fades and the chase begins. Not for long, anyway. That's why chasing success by itself is a terrible life goal, because it tricks you into sacrificing what really matters for something that never quite satisfies. What actually matters? Time with the people you love, being present while you still have them. Simple things, things that sound almost obvious, but knowing these things and actually living by them are two very different things. After my dad died, I started changing my life. I stepped away from work, I took a break for 4 years, and I never ever went back full time, even to this day. I didn't rejoin the rat race, and that was the best decision I made. I started saying no to things that didn't matter, and saying yes to things I had been postponing. And slowly, I realised something. A good life isn't built by impressing other people. It's built by living in a way that feels true to you. Now that doesn't mean quitting your job tomorrow. I get that. It doesn't mean ignoring your responsibilities. It just means being honest about one thing. What are you trading your time for? Because every job, every obligation, every hour of busyness is a trade. You are trading your time for something. And time is your most precious resource. It's finite, it's non-renewable, and the older you get, the more obvious that becomes. There will be a last time for everything with your loved ones. A last walk, a last holiday, a last conversation, a last round of golf. Things you didn't even realise were important at the time. You may not know it, but you've already done many things with your loved ones for the last time. Think about it. If you're a parent, can you remember the last time you read a bedtime book for your child? My son is grown up and I can't remember. What about you? That's why the Stoics say, memento mori, remember you will die. It's not morbid, it's clarifying. It strips away what doesn't matter and shows you what really does. And when you accept that, you start living differently. You stop trying to impress people who don't matter. You stop postponing joy. You stop assuming there will always be more time. If I could go back and speak to my 30-year-old self, I would say this. Stop trying to impress people who don't matter. Stop sacrificing your health for your career. Stop postponing life and start saying no to what drains you and saying yes to what truly matters. Take the trips. Spend more time with people you love, especially your dad, and call your parents more often because the perfect time will never come. Life will always be busy, always messy, always full of reasons to wait. But if you keep waiting, you'll wake up one day and realise you waited away your entire life. I'm 65 now. If I'm lucky, maybe I've got 20 more years, maybe 25, maybe less, who knows? And I'm okay with that because the last 22 years have been the richest years of my life. Not because I made more money, I didn't, but because I finally started living intentionally on my terms. And I'm happier now at 65 with less time ahead of me than I was at 35. Back then, I thought I had all the time in the world. And the great irony of life is this: when you finally understand that time is limited, that's when you start living. You stop wasting years, you stop postponing happiness, you stop waiting for someday, because someday is actually today. It always has been. So let me ask you something. Be honest with yourself. What is one thing you know matters in your life that you keep postponing? Let me know in the comments. And if this video resonated with you, watch this one next. It's about the things I stopped caring about after 60. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.